Yeah, and I think he was in about second gear as well. So I think he ran a half marathon yesterday at about an hour and 11. So he's a pretty incredible runner. So having him kind of set the pace for us was nice, but it was also pretty unattainable at times to try and stay with him.
Is that sort of the idea behind it? We give the guys something to chase.
Yeah, sometimes when you're out there, you don't really know what time you're kind of running and where you're at, and you kind of get lost on that far side a little bit. So to have him there running that consistent kind of pace, we kind of knew what kind of pace he was going to run, and we were able to kind of base our running off that and try and hang with him as long as we could. But Neil was able to hang on for the first couple, but yeah, he was running a pretty good click.
What was the pace like overall? Did the guys set a good return pace?
Yeah, definitely. I think the pleasing thing about our group at the moment is that we can trust everyone's done the work. We've got a really committed young group. All the guys back today had been doing the work over the break. If they had gone overseas or away, they were still doing the program. We're all checking in with each other, and I guess it's really pleasing to see guys come back in great nick, and got no doubt the boys coming back next week will be in the exact same boat.
What do you think it says about Neil to come back like that?
Yeah, impressive. He's a very committed, dedicated young man, and he made some great strides last year, and fitness is definitely one of his strengths, and I think he really wanted to hone that this off-season, and he's been working incredibly hard, and yeah, you saw it today. He's an incredible nick, so I guess to come out those first two and really put himself, I guess, in a hole and work really hard, try and hold on, it's credit to him and his mental toughness as well.
You spent some time away as well. What did you do while you were away?
Yeah, it was a nice holiday. Went over to Europe, so that was great. I guess really good mental refresher, a couple of weeks, and then by the end, I was really keen to get back and see all the boys again. So been back for a couple of weeks and trained with the lads a few times, and it's always nice to get back and running with your teammates, because when you're running by yourself, you never really know where you're at. You can push yourself as hard as you want, but you don't really get that kind of instant feedback as much as running with your teammates. So, I think I've been doing the program, been working hard, so it was nice to kind of get out there today and really get stuck into it, get into some footy stuff instead of just running.
Luke Jackson moved well for a man of his size. How has he fitted with the group, and how's he been going so far? Yeah, really good. I think you'll probably see on Instagram his body match stuff. He's been working really hard. He's another one that's really committed, and he's a great runner for a man of his size, and you saw that today. And I remember at the National Combine, he was running around in the 2K, just smashing it in the yo-yo. So that's always been a strength of his, and today he showed that, and he's fit in with the group really well. He's been buzzing around in the gym and running sessions the last couple of weeks, and yeah, he's fit in really well.
Of all those guys that have put in the work over the off-season, who have you been most impressed with in the sessions that you've done and then seeing them out there today?
I think Heath Chapman's definitely one. I think you saw in that last rep, he just cruised home. He's moving really well. I think, again, he's one that running is probably one of his strengths, and he's just really honed that over this off-season, and he's put on a couple of kilos as well, I think. So he's one's got a really good balance between having a good break and refreshing, but working his backside off. So he's one that I think is going to have a really good pre-season. And then, like I said, Neil Erasmus has been working incredibly hard, and Matt Johnson. Those guys have all kind of been training together. They've kind of hung around here, got away at times, but really been in at the club most days, really honing their craft, and it's great to see them kind of putting in the hard yards and getting the rewards.
Obviously, the club making that breakthrough finals appearance and guys having career best seasons. Is there anything you personally added in your off-season to take that next step?
I think for me, it's just really understanding what my strengths are and trying to maximise that. I understand there's weaknesses and areas of improvement for me, and they're going to keep ticking along, and I'm going to be focusing on them, but really trying to make my strengths really, I guess, weapons, and trying to hone that. And I guess that's a big focus for us over this pre-season, is to make our strengths weapons and really make them stand out. So for me, that's contest. That's always a big focus for me. And then kind of obviously the running and moving and getting out of stoppage and stuff's always a focus for me, and that's kind of where my game is centred around, and that'd be kind of big focus for me. But there's always stuff in the program you add, and talking to guys like Phil Merriman and these kind of guys, always trying to innovate and think of different ways. And there's been guys that have gone on training camps and stuff like that, and it's been great to see those guys trying to get that little 1%. And I think the group's going to really see the benefits of that over the pre-season.
And obviously the draft tomorrow and tonight, Fremantle coming to the draft a bit later than previous years. What do you think the club needs to add with the picks and selections you have?
I think for us, obviously last few years we've had some really high picks, and it's been really exciting, and it's no different. The draft is an extremely exciting time for individuals and families and clubs, and I guess for us, we're just really excited to see who comes through the door. I guess all we ask for is someone with high character that's going to come in and work hard. It doesn't really matter what position they play or where they're coming from or whatever. I think we're going to make them feel welcome and a part of this family and in this group, and they're going to fit in really well because we've got a really young group that's really driven to succeed and improve. So I guess for us, all we really care about is that they're coming in with the right attitude, and I've got no doubt we got a lot of trust in Wolsey, Bally, the guys that are over in Melbourne, getting the job done, making all the tough calls, the tough decisions, and they've been amazing the last few years at bringing some really high quality people through the door. So I've got no doubt it's going to be no different.
Looked like there was a few more senior guys out there, and many of them cutting the break short.
There's plenty that are kind of keen, and obviously with our community camp at the end of the week, we've kind of got the 1Ks today and then a session on Wednesday, and I'm sure there'll be a few more down there on Wednesday. See, today it was kind of a little bit less footy tagged on the end of our time trials, and I've got no doubt, like I said, there'll be more there on Wednesday. There would have been more probably here today if it wasn't the trials. So the guys are all kind of back and ready to go, so got no doubt. The guys out there today are really committed. They've been training as a big group probably for the last couple of weeks now. We've had 20 to 25 at some footy sessions on Mondays and Fridays the last couple of weeks. So it's been really pleasing, and I think it's just obviously with 1 week difference between the two groups coming back, it's a bit kind of easier to get them back quick. But saying that, the commitment levels are really high, and they're really keen to improve and succeed.
Who's been organising those footy sessions Mondays and Fridays?
It's probably been a collective. Jordan Clark's taken a lot of, ownership of it, and he's really enthusiastic about getting the group together and training as a group. And then you got guys like Heath Chapman and Hayden Young that are always driving the group, and I guess that's the young kind of wave coming through that are really driven and keen to connect with teammates and get the most out of sessions. We understand that running itself, doing running sessions is really beneficial and needed, but having those footy, having 20 people being able to run and do some drills and stuff like that on the end of a running session is, incredibly beneficial compared to just having to kick one-on-one. So those guys have been driving that, and I think it showed today. The skills were at a high level and the intensity was a high level, so it was great.
Joel Hamling and Matt Taberner are two guys who've had their battles with injuries. Do you have faith that those guys can, recapture their faith in their bodies? Yeah,
definitely. Those are two guys you can't question how hard they work and the commitment levels to get their bodies right. They've just had some incredibly bad luck at times, and I guess Joel, since I've been back in the last fortnight, he's been out here running every day. He's been in doing gym sessions, his rehab. I think he's really excited and really keen about this season, about getting back to some really good form, and we got full faith in him. And then Tabs, obviously last year, had some kind of injury troubles at times, but again, he's one that you can never question how hard he's going to work. He's going to always be here putting in the hard yards. So I think they're going to do a lot of close work with the physios and the strength staff and the high performance staff to really make sure they're ready to go by round one and then be able to get through the season.